This is me. And this is me now. I've been looking at lots of old photos of myself recently, and I feel like I'm looking at a stranger. It's like I don't really recognize myself anymore. I've been doing a lot of reflecting because I'm leaving Costa Rica in a few days, and so I thought we should talk about it. So to give you a little context, about 6 months ago, I moved here, and one of the main reasons that I did was because I was ready to become someone new.
I made it!
But before that, one of the last times that I did something like this was when I decided to grow my hair out about 6 years ago. For the first 20 years of my life, I had always looked like this. Super short hair, a little bit of a swoop, and unintentionally over the years, my hairstyle became a big part of my identity. There were many versions of it over time, but to me, this little swoop right here felt like a pillar of who I was. That version of me was so excited about life. He was so bold and so expressive and was always trying so hard to be in the spotlight. But then in 2020, when the world came to a halt, I decided to grow out my hair. It felt like a big deal to me because it was the first time I remember ever making a conscious decision to allow myself to become someone new. I started to look different, and as I did, I started to feel different too. This chapter of my life launched me into this deep internal journey of trying to figure out who I was and reflecting on my identity. Changing my appearance so drastically, like flipped my world completely upside down. It made me realize that I could decide to be who I want to be. I could choose instead of just following the pattern of who I'd always been. What I found as I dove inward was a softer, more gentle side of myself. It was one I hadn't explored before. It was a version of me that had existed inside, but I just hadn't unlocked it yet. I was used to being a boisterous, lively teenager who was always trying to be the life of the party. But this new version of me was calmer and more intentional, and he also really liked his cozy sweaters. So slowly over time, this became my new identity. And when I look back at myself just a few years before, that version of me felt like a stranger. I had almost become unrecognizable to myself. And this Harrison is the one that brought me here. This time when I moved here, nothing about me physically changed, but I did make the decision to become someone new. I was looking at a photo of me when I first arrived. It was the first day that I was here. If you haven't seen that story, you can go check it out. There's a whole nother video on it. I'm looking at this photo and it's really interesting because I look the same, but I can see that I'm an entirely different person. I feel so different than when I felt as I took that photo because I remember how I felt when I took that photo, and the internal environment is completely different. There's a strange feeling of grief that washes over you when you're looking at a picture of yourself and you don't recognize them anymore. It almost feels like a death. When people in our lives pass on or a relationship ends, we usually allow ourselves time to grieve their loss. But we don't always take the time to feel those feelings when the person that's left your life is an old version of you. I've spent about 90% of my time here completely alone. The only way I can really describe it is that it to me feels like I've been on this kind of spiritual pilgrimage and isolated myself in a cave. Now, as I'm preparing to leave, I feel like I'm emerging and I feel like a new man. I've gotten to experience the feeling of becoming someone new in a really short period of time that I can now see when I reflect on it. And through this, I can honestly say that I feel like I've discovered the real me, like I feel the most whole I ever have in my entire life. But what that means is that it's time, yet again, to say goodbye to an old version of myself. It's a sad thing to let go of a version of you that no longer exists. You look at them with fond memories and recognize their feelings and the light they bring to the world, but there's a disconnection. To me, it feels like you're looking at them through a window. Their only real existence is in your memory. Now, as hard as it may be, I think getting to let go of a version of yourself is actually something we should probably celebrate more often, because that means you've done something pretty remarkable. You've become someone entirely new. In the past, I've never really taken the proper time to say thank you or goodbye to past versions of myself. But this time is different because I'm fully giving myself the space to say goodbye and allow that process to happen, and to thank him for the last 6 months and everything that has brought me to this point. wasn't that long ago that I arrived here to this beach, and I had absolutely no plan. I just knew that I need to leave where I was and I needed to be here, and the only real rule I gave myself was that I would know when my time was up, when it felt like it was time to move on. I feel like we always have that deep internal knowing, and I've been feeling it the past few weeks. My time seems to have closed in this chapter. It's been a deeply, deeply transformational 6 months, and I'm so grateful for it. And I will be back. I will be back. That is 100% guaranteed. I'm just not sure when, but until then, I've got some more exploring to do. And to you watching, I just wanted to say hi, welcome. There are a lot of you that are new. It took me 12 years to reach 1,000 subscribers, and we're now almost at 3,000, which is crazy. We fill an entire concert venue. I just wanted to say a huge thank you for all the support on the last video. If you've made it to the end here and you want to let me know that you're here for the long haul, then leave a little sloth emoji and I will know you're here from day one, a true fan. Now back to the dramatic outro narration. If you ever find yourself looking at old photos of you and you don't recognize yourself anymore, that's okay. It means you've changed, and that's a beautiful thing. It might feel a bit sad, but I think the way to make the process easier is to be fully present and enjoy who you are right now, today. Life is short, and change is the only thing we can ever be certain of. You never know when this version of you may no longer exist, so make sure to give them a little extra love while you can.